Hey, it's me, Marquelworld, all things professional wrestling in my life. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We are talking about Matt Riddle. Yes, we are talking about Matt Riddle. I am a fan of Matt Riddle, so I may be a little biased. Let me be real about that. I do think that Matt Riddle is hot, so I may be a little biased. And I have seen him, wrestle in the indie scene, and he's really good in real life. I mean, I have seen him in the WWE setting, but up close and personal, I do like what I see. But this is Markel's World. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We are talking about Matt Riddle, who is very controversial, who gets talked about a lot. It doesn't even matter if he's part of WWE or not. They are still talking about him. So I guess he had an interview, and of course, with Matt Riddle interview, of course they are going to ask about WWE. That is a given. That is what they usually do with ex-WWE employees. He's not the only one they do this with. But let's talk about it. 411-411mania.com. During a recent interview with The Takedown on SI.com, former WWE superstar Matt Riddle discussed being his own worst enemy for his career. Okay, if he said that, good for him for admitting that, if he said that. The chance of a potential WWE return and more. Matt Riddle on if he's his own worst enemy and his value as a talent. Okay, let me read the soundbite. I'm always going to be me. Okay, I guess he's unapologetic. That's what I like about him. He's always going to be himself. It's really hard to tell me how to live my life or how I'm going to do things. I can be my worst enemy when you're working for a billion-dollar corporation. There's something called PR. There's something called good image, so I get that. The wants to look cookie cutter and get Disney and every other sponsor to book them. Yeah, I'm definitely my own worst enemy in that sense, but I think in that sense I'm as valuable as I am because I don't bend on certain things. Okay, he's saying he's just authentic, so he should be valuable since he's authentic and he does what he believes, and he's himself. And I think that's what makes me unique. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm my own worst enemy. But I'm just me. Trust me, there's a long time where I wasn't me and I would go through the motions. So basically, he wasn't being himself for a while and he was just trying to please people. He was trying to get that big corporation check. So he was doing what he had to do. We all know that. Let's be real. We all know a lot of people who want to work for Disney, WWE, AEW, TNA, even TNA. That's not a laughing matter. They are a big company. When you want to work for these companies, you do have to have a certain rapport, have a certain behavior that you have around these people. You have to have a certain image. You have to act a certain way. So I guess he was just going through the motions, doing what the company wanted, doing what was the good image for the big corporation. But at the end of the day, that's not who he is. And he's just going through the motions, getting a check. So I'm glad now he can be who he is, still make his money, and still get bookings where the people do like him for who he is, Matt Riddle, where people like him. Who cares? A lot of people talking about his nails. Who cares? A lot of men now are wearing nails. Even that basketball player, son is wearing nails. Gabrielle Union's even trying to get isn't she trying to get like and Dwayne, aren't they trying to get like a nail company for males? I thought he was trying to do that at one point. But let's keep talking about this. I'm 38 years old. I'm not trying to fake anything or hide anything. Like, I don't want to hide a relationship and have my girlfriend be all insecure because I won't post her. I just want her to be happy. She makes me happy. Unfortunately, I felt like at times that would upset them or other people. My girlfriend would get death threats and stuff saying that she ruined my life. I just don't find that acceptable. Oh, God. I would agree. On Friends in WWE trying to maintain an image of perfection. I guess, yeah, perfection. I would agree. I am my own worst enemy. I'm also my best friend. I have always had my back. I always know what I want deep down my heart. I have a lot of buddies that still work with WWE. If you know how they feel and how they act and how they hold back every second, they want to do this, but they can't do this. Trust me, people live and like especially when you work somewhere like that. It's all about the image. A lot of them just want to paint the picture of perfection, hide anything that might be judged. You know what? I don't blame them. Well, me, I am my own worst enemy. I'm very transparent. I'm somebody that'll go right on Twitter if somebody talks crap, and I'll literally make a video being like, you're full of it. So he's authentic, and he goes online and he addresses the haters. Matt, okay, let's finally talk about this. Matt Riddle on the chances of him returning to WWE. The chances of me going back, I think they're extremely high. Okay, that's good. If CM Punk, who filed a lawsuit against WWE and then raked them through the mud for a decade, then goes to the competition, I'll tell you this. If he can do that, everything can be forgiven. I know I wasn't the easiest to work with at times. I think the door is always open. Okay, that is good. That is good. I'm glad he has that positive mindset, and that is true. CM Punk did sue. We even had Sable at one point. She sued, wasn't it, for hostile environment because people were shitting in her bag, supposedly? She was going backstage, allegedly, and she was finding, yes, doo-doo in her bag. So apparently she sued because a lot of the male talent, I don't think it was the women, the male talent didn't like her because she was just a sex image, they thought. So they were literally shitting in her bag, making it very uncomfortable for her. This was before Brock, obviously. I think. I'm being okay with the idea of him never going back. I guess the interviewer said, what about if you never go back? I think the longer I'm away, the harder I work, and the more I do, the more likely I could come back. But I'll also say this. If I never go back ever again and they never talk to me, I'll be okay with that. Okay. That is good. A Matt Riddle update. Do you want to see him WWE? I want to see him wherever he's happy. If that is AEW, yay. He can still do the indies. Selfishly, I could still see him at the indie events if he comes around town, because I do enjoy seeing him live. If he goes to WWE, yay. I'll be happy for him if that's where his heart belongs and that's where he wants to be. And he has that big production. He has his buddies there. I hope that does happen. I'll attend the WWE events. I may not buy the meet and greets like I was prior at an indie event. Maybe for him, I will pay them $130 that they're charging just to, support. But he'll be in a bigger setting, which he is a star, so he does belong in a bigger setting. If he does the other avenues, such as cannabis and, makes a own line of that, I think he already does that, and that is his new career. Nothing wrong with that, or having a side hustle. If he just does indie wrestling for a while in New Japan and MLW and builds his own business on the side, that's cool. So he has a lot of options. Right now, 38 is not old, still young. He still has time to reinvent himself. He still has time to do what he wants to do. He's finally being himself and his true self, so that is good. But this is the video for today. TikTok, YouTube, Marquel's World. Sub to the YouTube. Follow on TikTok, Marquel's World. I would love to see him back in WWE. But let me know your thoughts. Thank you for the support. If you support already, please, don't like to beg, but I ain't too proud to beg. Isn't that the TLC song? Like this video and follow and sub TikTok, YouTube. But follow the Facebook group, Pro Wrestling T. It's a Facebook group where we gossip wrestling together. Remain safe. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.